gentlemen, welcome to the 116th ever episode of the next podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Kellz.
What the hell is going on, you dudes and dudettes out there in internet land? This is the Pokemon show.
I wasn't sure if
You
I was supposed to
interrupted
respond
them.
to that.
Yeah, I was waiting for them to respond.
They responded.
How are you? Okay. Great. No, we are a Pokemon. We're a Pokemon podcast.
Hi.
We are from YouTube. We have a show there called The Dex.
You should watch it.
It's a pretty good one. How was your guys' Pokemon weeks?
Well, I'll go first since mine's very minimal, as usual.
As is your want.
I mean,
Yep.
less minimal than typical because I haven't been on like the past 47 podcasts. But
less
you know,
minimal than typical.
that's
right.
my
Yeah.
that's my indie rock album. All right.
Biography.
I've been playing a lot more Picross.
Pokemon Picross.
Pokemon Picross, yes.
Okay.
And I'd like
Are you feeling bittersweet about coming to the end of a wonderful game?
Pokemon Picross?
Mhm.
Why would I come to the end of it? I'm not
Oh, you're not even close to the
even
end?
close to the end.
I thought you were just knocking them out.
No, I mean, I spent the initial $10 on the two they're like deals for the in-game currency. Basically, if you buy those, they're discounted currency, and then you buy the $20 one. That is enough to unlock the full game. But I haven't pulled the trigger on the $20 one. I was like, I don't play it that much. I'm just gonna ride out the slow burn. So
You're doing that right now.
yes, and the slow burn became incredibly slow because each progressive area that has maybe 8 to 10 new puzzles to do it costs more in-game currency to unlock. And after you beat beat all those, even with the challenges and stuff that give you more, they're called, what are they even called? Pikrites?
The little
The currency?
yeah.
All you can do is dailies to get more currency. And the daily gives you
Dude,
10.
what the heck?
It's for someone who plays it like I do, it's fine because I'm not
After
sitting
you
there.
spent $20 already
I
on
spent
it?
10.
Oh, okay.
And I did boost through 5 levels, and I got the Mega Pencil, which allows me to do the Mega Pokemon. But I'm getting to the point where I'm probably just gonna buy the 20 thing and just be able to play the rest of the game because it's
at a normal pace.
right because
Yeah.
the last zone that I unlocked, that I'm going through right now, because I try to do them sparingly so I could enjoy the new puzzles before I get walled off again. It took me maybe a week to farm up the dailies to open the new area.
What the heck?
Yeah, so it slowed down a lot. If you just buy the full game, there's just so many puzzles that you can just ramp through, which I'm probably gonna do eventually. Yeah, it's been fun though. I feel like I've gotten so much better at Picross than when I started. The daily thing is you get 2 minutes to do a bunch of small puzzles, and I can very often get under the 145, 130 mark for getting through them.
So you're just a
I have,
baller at Picross.
I'm very much understand the methods of playing where oh, this row has this, this, and this. That means I can logically fill in these because those will definitely be filled in based on the numbers and stuff. And so I'm really getting the hang of the format.
That's so crazy to me that a game that's so structured that way would put that type of wall in front of you like that.
It makes sense, I guess.
I get that it's really convincing to buy it.
Yeah. I would recommend just buying the whole thing, especially if you're a puzzle nut, because you're going to hit the wall really quickly.
The production quality is good on the game, right?
It's fantastic,
well done.
yeah. It's a lot of fun. The only thing that's frustrating to me is that the challenges for each level is okay, so I'm doing a puzzle that's, say, I don't know, I'm not, this is not a real one, but let's say I'm doing Cubone, and the challenges are there's always one that's beat it under this amount of time. It's anywhere between 1 and 30 minutes, depending on how big the puzzle is. And then there's usually 2 that are set a ground type Pokemon in your team, which are the power-ups that you can use. And then another one is use only this type of power, or use this power at least this many times. And the annoying thing is I'm trying 100%, so you get little crowns when you do all the challenges on each level.
Right.
And you get a crown on the area if you do all the crowns in that area.
So it's kind of like Mario or something. But
yeah, like you can like 100% an area,
Right.
And it like marks it off. The only problem is that there's ones that are like use Wobbuffet on this level, and I'm like 16 zones in, and I haven't caught
seen
that
a
Pokemon.
single Wobbuffet.
Yeah, because each puzzle is a Pokemon that you catch to be able to use. But it's like there's like Zone 4 still has one thing not checked off because I haven't come across that yet. It's just way later in the game, and it's really like bugging my OCD that I want to like get the crown on that zone and call it
Wow,
done.
do you think they're doing that on purpose to be like, come on, you got to get that
power
Wobbuffet,
through the
bro.
game. It's a well-built model. I'm glad that it's not like sink money into it infinitely, that it's like you spend the 30 and it's done. So I'm probably going to pull the trigger on that sometime in a couple weeks.
It sounds like you really love this game.
I never knew what Picross was before. It's like Sudoku but fun. So
Yeah. Got 'em.
sorry to any
Got
Sudoku
'em.
fans. I
I
hate
love
Sudoku.
Sudoku. So I'm excited to see if Picross is even more fun. I can't imagine how much more fun it could be.
You're like convincing me to down. It seems like a great like bathroom situation.
I literally, full disclosure, I have my 3DS attached to my 3DS charger in the bathroom in the bedroom of our apartment that is my office.
At least you're charging it, bro.
Yeah, it's always charged.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the secret.
Yeah.
Cap.
We'll
Kappa.
never not charge again.
Kappa.
Anyway,
All right.
I spent longer than that on that than I wanted to.
It's
but,
okay. It's been a bit since you were like here with
Yeah.
us in the same room, even, which is what we are
right
today.
That's why our mics are good.
Boop, boop.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh,
All right. What about you? What did you do? You got things.
Yeah, I got some things.
Yeah.
things.
Well, I mean, aside from like the demo stuff, which like I'm just doing the events as they come.
I've been making the
So-
videos. People have been liking them.
Yeah, I actually like watched our own video to learn things about the demo that I didn't even know. So
Like what?
Learning.
good job, Alex. Like you can meet Cena and Dexio inside the Pokemon Center.
Did you meet them?
Sometimes. No, I haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, they're there.
But I did meet Lily.
I never met Lily.
You haven't met her yet?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I haven't met Lily. I haven't seen the Doug Trios. I haven't seen anything.
Huh.
Yeah. Crazy.
Well, but other than that, I went to GameStop and look at that. They have. I'm
Look
looking
at
at
it.
them right now.
Look at it,
I can
viewers.
see it. It looks great from where I'm sitting.
They have Rowlet, Poplio, and Litten plushies, and I was like, and I bought all
pretty
three
good
of them.
quality ones.
They were pretty reasonable. Like plushies usually go for like $24.99. Like that's what I expect when I think of like Pokemon plushies, like the new ones. But these ones were $14.99, and so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get all three of them because now I have all three of them, and they look great together. They're super soft and cute, and they're like a great little size.
They're just like masters of getting people to spend more money than they would and making them feel good about it.
Yeah.
They
They
got-
release things in a set, a little
Yeah.
set.
Dude.
They're like, oh, Evolutions. Here's
Definitely bought
8 of them.
Definitely bought the XY Evolutions trainer box today. Like,
Look out for a video on that.
yeah, but I
on
bought
the
it.
channel,
It's actually
unboxing
today.
it.
It's actually
Today.
today.
Oh yeah.
Watch
Go
this
get
while
it.
you listen.
Actually, though, I helped film that one. Go watch that because there
It's
is
gross.
Well, okay. There's a chubby bunny challenge with
Oh
like
my god!
marshmallows
But
and
also,
stuff.
yeah, the opening.
yeah.
Is
I'm not
really
talking
hype.
about that. The opening.
There's some good stuff in that
I
opening.
will just say that there's a great moment that's worthwhile.
Yeah, there's some good
Oh yeah,
stuff in there.
definitely.
Yeah. Hashtag Friday Crew. That's for you guys. Go
Yeah.
check it out. Saturday Crew. It's already been out.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? What did you think of it? Hashtag what did you think of it? Hashtag what did you think of it?
Real quick, I just remembered another thing that I did that's Pokemon related is I realized that I was 6 episodes behind on Pokemon Generations. Didn't know they were still putting stuff out.
Oh,
Just
aren't
crushed
they
it out.
weird?
Full disclosure, was having a few alcoholic beverages that night, and I just had like a wonderful time watching 6 episodes
look,
of Pokemon.
They're
window-
really neat, but they're so strange.
The window,
I
the
love
window
them.
into the world that they give is like worth it. Like
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my
Oh, for
god,
sure,
like this
for
is what
sure.
they're thinking is happening in the game. This is how they're imagining it. Like that's so cool.
It was so obvious to me watching through the Ruby and Sapphire ones and a little bit of, I don't know as much about the Diamond and Pearl world, but all the Ruby and Sapphire ones, I was like, this was written or drawn or something. Somebody who had a part in this is like a very passionate fan of Pokemon.
Yeah,
like they
exactly.
really, there's
It's-
so much detail that's
it's
like, oh my
so
god, they
good.
put that like that one Pokemon that just slides by the screen real
Yeah,
quick,
it
and you're
is
like, I know why they put that there.
So well researched.
But yo, go watch the freaking miniseries again. That thing is like as good.
What?
Pokemon
Origins?
Origins, yeah.
I did watch Origins, not recently, but I have watched it.
I watched it again like pretty recently because I was like trying to get hype about like the basics of Pokemon, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna watch Pokemon Origins, and it is like so like tied in with the game, like so hard, and like every little thing, it's like nerdy. It's like fan service.
There's a lot of, I guess fan service is a word for it. It sounds like negative connotation, but it's like good fan service where it's
I'm
like,
just like, yeah, I know what this is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like this.
yeah,
Right.
like they're putting out smart references for people who will get it without needing it to be so heavy-handed.
Yeah.
On Generations, two things that I'm sad about. The episode with Team Aqua and Archie. Archie in Oros definitively, absolutely, canonically has a Scottish accent. I will not be told otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
He says the word boyo. He calls people laddie and lassie.
He should be Scottish.
All of the writing is like, he should be like
Shrek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not like Shrek.
Straight up, like the dad from like How to Train Your Dragon.
Like
a big
Scottishy piratey kind of voice.
Yeah.
And in the anime, he's just like, I'm Archie. Kyogre, listen to me. And it's like, no.
That's like a dude who does not.
Kyogre, listen to me.
What are you doing? No, but
You crazy fish.
sorry to any of our Scottish fans for that.
No, you know what? You're welcome to the Scottish fans. Hashtag thanks Dexcast.
The other thing, episode 10, what the F?
Was that the one
Pokemon?
with the Cheryl?
Yeah.
And the Blizz and the Chansey.
With Cheryl?
She
died,
died.
right?
She just
She straight up
died.
died,
She
right?
totally dies.
That's what I think. She didn't just get like really scared and
No.
wake up in the Pokemon Center.
No, not at all.
Well, maybe though.
Because she woke up and she was still in the house, and that like at that point, like you've blown your chance. If you wake up and you're still in
woke
the
up
bad
still in the
house,
house, and then
you're
like
gonna
more
die.
ghost stuff appear. Just saying, like
Trippy.
So
like,
sad. I love her.
Cheryl is like the most low key waifu in all of Pokemon.
Yo,
Like
I love
I
her.
saw her in the anime. I was like, oh my god, it's Cheryl. I forgot how much I love Cheryl. And then they just proceeded to completely just kill Cheryl.
Destroy her.
Yeah.
So sad. So
Bradley.
sad.
Bradley.
Spoilers.
Okay, so Bradley works in the office now.
Yes.
Yo Schiller.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, and I don't know, I have no idea. I didn't do any research into this. I
Sure.
have no idea. I just remember this from the other day in conversation.
Right.
It's just the room.
Passing theory.
Just a rumor. He told me that there's like adult novels that are like canon Pokemon
Really?
novels in Japan, because Pokemon was always intended to be a more mature story, but because of how popular it got with children, they kind of had to like dial it back, especially in the West. So if that's true, because I mean, if you're looking back on like some of the stuff that happens in the manga, like it's like pretty like
Like Arbok getting chopped up?
yeah, or,
Yeah.
yeah, or like people like just pulling guns on people,
Yeah.
and just like doing like murder and stuff. Like, I would love to like get one of those stories translated, and I wonder if it's out there, and I just don't know about it. And I wonder what the reality of any of that statement is. So please, if you are in Japan and you know this answer, or you are like a mega fan of Pokemon and you like got some translations for me, hit me the heck up.
Yeah, and the other thing that I kind of realized while watching and talking with some of my friends about Generations is that like every part of me watching it is like I want a series of the anime. I want a season of the anime
Yeah.
that's this. While like another kind of voice of reason is being like, but how much better is this for the fact that it's small vignettes that don't need to explain themselves and don't need to resolve?
Yeah, that it's
That's
not
true.
like
They're like 5 minutes of just like, oh, jumping in that part you remember from the game, and then it like happens, then it's over, but like there's no like real like conclusion.
That's
it's just
like some like meta storytelling stuff, right?
right.
Yeah.
So,
if they did it in a show form, it would have to be like Evangelion or something. Like it would have to be like where like a large part of it is that the plot doesn't really center around anyone in particular. Like there's a character who has like an emotional story,
yeah.
which is Shinji, but like that could be like the gold or the red character. And the rest of it needs to just be all unfolding at once. Like the whole show should feel like Generations if they did it. Like it should be like just like a larger story moving forward, like Game of Thrones style, but
Yeah.
with like a lot of stuff happening.
But
That's
yeah.
like not what kids watch. you
no,
know?
but I mean, I would watch the heck out of it. Also,
Yeah.
I'm assuming because it's Generations, they're going to be releasing episodes that correspond to Black and White 2, and X and Y,
Yeah.
maybe even Oros. And I am hype as heck for N in this portrayal.
Oh yeah.
I hope we see Zinnia. I would love to see
Yeah.
Zinnia.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Anyways,
Any
I
more
love
information we can
Pokemon
get on her.
Generations a lot.
It's really
It is cool.
It's really freaking tight. It is weird, but I know what you mean, and I think it has mostly to do with like some like localization choices, maybe.
Some of the pacing of the dialogue and everything is definitely like, this was such a Japanese thing that they had to like rephrase to English specifically to fit the talking animation. And
Oh, there was one it was like a doctor and a nurse talking to each other or something like that. And then like there's something that he says that I was like, what?
Yeah, a couple things like that, but overall, P-tight.
Yeah, there just needs to be somebody who knows how to like speak with like somebody from like the Nintendo Treehouse, so it's like a good handle on like what's going on in the world today in the United States.
Right.
But speaking of things that are going on in the world today, let's jump into the news.
Welcome to the news, darlings.
Who's gonna break the silence first?
You.
You.
All right.
That's why we do it.
Guys, welcome to the news segment. If you're just joining us for the first time, this is the part where we talk about Pokemon news. And we're going to do it quick because there's no segment today either. No discussment because we got to go right into fanswers.
We promise.
Because we promise there's going to be a super big fanswers at the end of this, and we're already almost 20 minutes in.
All right,
my
so let's
goodness.
just blow through the news.
Guys, it's finally coming. Sun and Moon are now available for preload in the United States, Japan, and Australia. It requires 3.2 gigs to download. So if you're going to go do that, please get it on your system before so that right when it becomes live, you can just play it.
Boom.
You don't have to try and mess with the servers and all that junk.
Right, probably smart.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the first thing.
Cool,
3.2 gigs.
great.
Next, crazy. Total upset. Newly announced playable character for Pokken is not Empoleon, like I was positive it was going to be, but it is Croagunk, which is great.
Croagunk. Not even
Croagunk.
Toxicroak.
Not even Toxicroak.
But you know what? That's going to be
and
great. 'cause
Croagunk's already in the game.
he's going to be another little sweetie. He's going to be a little sweetie boy in this.
Yeah, he's
He's
a
going
guy.
to be like Braixen.
Like it was
cute punchy boy.
the way that someone with like a different opinion than me described to me was like you got your Darkrai and your Caesar, so their next announcement is gonna be this kind of like cutesy, like little dopey character, and then you're gonna end up growing to love him. But still, like I agree, Croagunk's already in the game as a support. It's gonna be weird when people inevitably run Croagunk with Croagunk support because that's weird. And
Maybe
like
they'll have synergy.
like what's his burst gonna be? Like Toxicroak, I could see a lot of cool stuff going on, but the other thing to first of all, to alleviate your fears on Empoleon, the board, like the revealed board of character icons,
Sure.
there's still one more spot.
It better go to my penguin friend.
But I think it makes sense that we didn't know about Croagunk because people probably mined the names out.
And Croagunk's already in the
Croagunk's
game.
Croagunk's already in the game, so that it probably like didn't even occur to anybody.
His
That's
ultra
pretty
thing
cool.
is going to look great.
That makes me happy though, because like that's a true surprise.
It's like a clever surprise.
In a world where leaks are like so common right now, like that is a true surprise that nobody got spoiled on. I feel
Yeah.
good about that.
It's sick.
Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely another portrait spot, one more, that fills out the entire roster. So theoretically, Empoleon should still be announced, and that will fill the roster, and there will be no more new DLC, and they'll bring it to a console in the United States of America where
You know
Jimmy
what-
can play Caesar.
You know what they're going to do, right?
Put it on the Switch.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to
Oh.
be Pokken Deluxe Edition on the Switch.
Right, which will be great because that's going to be 1,000 times easier for a tournament setting, but just tell us that that's going to happen. Just be like, yo, people in the US, don't worry, we got you. That's literally all I need them to say.
I think it's literally like on us for like leaking every single piece of Nintendo information that ever existed.
I didn't do that. DM me.
Slide into my DMs, Nintendo.
I won't tell anybody.
DM Tendo.
DM Tendo? Carpe diem Tendo.
Slide into my DMs.
But yeah, that was gonna be my only other thought on this is like FFS Pokemon
Yeah,
and
let's get it.
and people just like tell
Alleviate.
us definitively that you're not gonna do anything. Like
Even if they were just like, don't worry, guys, we got you.
exactly,
I would
that's
be
all
like,
I'm saying.
Okay,
Like
I'll wait and
just
see what
them being,
whatever you're talking about.
but also not low key, very high key upset that just Japanese players get a ton more experience with these characters in advance.
Yeah.
So when tournaments inevitably happen,
They're just gonna have like a leg up by
like
like
Japanese players are just going to be already ahead.
literally a year ahead in the middle.
They don't need the advantage. Like that would
They're the only people in the world who care about the game already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my Pokken tangent.
I'm ready.
Do you think maybe Croagunk is going to be in something else? Like maybe Detective Pikachu movie is going to have a Croagunk in it because Looker once had a Croagunk and like maybe he'll
So
be
like
in
they're putting it as sort of like a fan
maybe
service
he's
tie-in.
like maybe he's they're trying to like make like Croagunk.
How tight would it be if it
Like,
was
everyone
Looker's
look at Croagunk so you remember him.
If it was Looker's Croagunk and his synergy burst has like Looker come in and like roundhouse kick your opponent.
Give him like a gun with one shot in it. All right. Anyway, Croagunk is speed character. He's gonna go live in Japan November 10th. That's pretty close.
Wow, day after my birthday would have been a cool present for U.S. consoles, but whatever.
Who knows? Maybe they'll fly everyone in America to Japan.
That's a lot of people, man.
Yep. All right. The Genesect distribution has also begun globally. I went in to buy that Pokemon Evolutions pack today, so I got my code.
Oh,
But you gotta
I got
go.
you a code.
You got me a
So
code?
now, do you want the code, Jimmy?
No,
All right.
You sure it's purple?
I don't.
I don't
care.
know. Did
I
it
don't
almost
really-
change your mind for a
no,
second?
I
All
mean,
right.
like,
Well, maybe I'll tweet out the code.
All right,
then.
tweet
tweet out the
fine.
code.
That's fine.
Someone out there, a Pokemon fan who actually beat Oros, will appreciate that more than I would.
All
All
right.
right.
Make sure you do the same if you're in the U.S. Go get it at GameStop. And to a different game store if you're somewhere else. Check based on your country. Winky face. It's hard to list them accurately because
Right.
a lot of the time we're wrong.
Ask your parents before going online.
Yep. This event is live until November 24th. So that's plenty of time. Don't mess this up. You're
Yep.
listening to me say it right now. If you hear-
Genesect.
If you can hear me, there's no excuse for you not to do this. Just do it. Go do it.
Unless you're listening to this a month after the podcast. came
Unless
out.
you
like,
don't.
sorry if you're one of those
Some
guys.
people do the catch-up decks.
Yeah,
cast.
if you're one of those people who's
Oops.
binging through
Catch
the
up.
entire Dex podcast right now, sorry, Genesect's not around anymore.
And also, isn't it more exciting to listen to this in real time?
yes,
You should.
the answer is yes.
Yeah, you should hang out. I miss you guys.
Hashtag you should
I
hang
miss
out.
you guys. You should hang out. All right.
Excuse me.
Genesect goes till about Thanksgiving, so you got time.
Right.
Next, Wild Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio plushies have started to appear in retail and online stores. We talked about this already, but they're $14.99 at GameStop, or you can pay $50 and get life-size versions at the Pokemon Center.
Whoa.
Life-size.
Wow.
Dude,
I would hug the heck out of a life-size Rowlet. Just saying.
That's what I'm like almost gonna do that. We already have that Bulbasaur. I might do the full-size Rowlet.
Start
Like
doing like a
this
collection of
Litten?
hashtag Grass Boys.
That would be so tight to have like a full-size chestnut plush.
Like this Litten right here that's in this room with me. Haha. I'm so
Got 'em.
proud. It's about 7 inches tall. The one online is 17 inches. And
Yeah.
so that's like
It's a big
double plus some. So like that's a big
They-
one. That's a big one.
They never skimp on the plushes, you guys.
The big plushes, we saw a lot of them IRL at Worlds, and they were
They're
fantastic.
so tight.
And they're so soft.
I want Rowlet. I want one. I'm
I
gonna
want-
get one.
I was gonna say I want a big pumpkin. I actually already have one, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
You could get another one.
I
You get a-
wouldn't mind.
All sizes.
Put one on both sides of the couch.
It's actually on our guest bed.
Oh, there you
Our
go.
ghost bed.
Ooh.
One
Ghost
for
bed.
each. The ghost bed, right?
There's like a haunter
bed.
The
and
ghost
like,
bedroom.
and 2 pumpkaboos, and we just got to ban it from Portland Retro Game Expo. That's going on there as well.
Yo.
Forgot about that.
How about that? We went to that.
Yeah.
That was tight.
Oh yeah. Have we not? Have you guys not talked about Portland?
No, I was.
We talked about it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But
Did
I
I?
didn't go. Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Wasn't it last weekend?
No.
Wow. Time
Wait.
flies, man.
Wait.
All
Was
right.
it? I don't know.
I don't think I talked about it. I'm
We're not
pretty
sure.
I don't think I did, but I'll tell you what. That was great.
Yeah. Shouts to the Team Skull girl grunt cosplayer I saw.
Yeah.
Rad, good cosplay.
Shout outs to just like the city of Portland being like a really cool gaming friendly city.
Yeah.
It was tight. Anyway,
Back to the news.
back to the news. Pokemon Go announced an exciting new feature that's coming soon, and one that if you listen to last week's podcast or the week before or like the last couple weeks, you might be able to guess because literally I mentioned it as a feature I'd like to see again. It's daily challenges. They're
Daily
there.
challenges.
They're coming.
Great.
Check it out. This is
I'm
how it
so
works.
stoked.
Experience boosts, but also Stardust bonuses, which are much more important because everybody's trying to buff their pokes. And they don't do it because they need all that Stardust for like one purpose usually.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Stardust is the hot commodity. It's the one thing that you like can't get easily.
Correct.
Yep.
So here's how it works. Your first Pokemon catch every day nets you 500 experience and 600 Stardust every day.
Great.
That's huge. If you do 7 in a row, you get a 7th day extra bonus of 2,000 more XP and 2,400 Stardust. Another
That's a
4
lot of
days worth.
dust.
Yes.
That's
Some big dust.
that's legit.
Some hashtag big dust.
Additionally, your first Pokestop of the day gets you 500 XP and more items than usual. And on the
Nice.
7th day, again, it's the same thing, 2,000 XP and a bunch more items. So like, do that. You want that. Get that.
I wonder if they'll start putting like the incubators in those bonuses.
They probably will. But here's the thing that stinks. This is going to be great like for like 2 more weeks before like they need to put out more Pokemon, like really soon. Because like everybody who's playing this now, right? The installed player base, everybody's pretty much at end game content right now, right? Like everybody pretty much has every Pokemon, right?
I wouldn't say so because I think the person that I know that plays the most is Jared Rosen, and he only recently posted like last week that he finished. No, it was during League of Legends Worlds. I was watching Worlds, and he posted that he caught his last Pokemon at Worlds. So I don't think everybody's maxed out yet.
Which I feel.
I understand what you're saying though. They're like reaching the end cap. I think that Gen 2 Pokemon would get me back into it. This update is a good update. I'm happy for everyone else. I'm still probably not going to play.
Gen 2 will stoke my interest very hard, especially if there's like changes.
Yep.
Like if it's like an expansion, if it's like a true expansion and there's like stuff, then I'll be like very, very excited. And I think there will be.
and I continue to play it every day, and I love it, and I think these changes are great.
Do you
Can't
have
wait.
do you have like every Pokemon pretty much?
I have quite a lot of Pokemon. I
How
don't
many
know
are you
exactly.
missing? Like 10?
I'm missing Dragonair and Dragonite. I mean, no one can get the legendary birds yet, or Mew and Mewtwo, of course. But
I think 142 is the obtainable
Gotcha.
limit right now.
Because there's no
yeah, I
Ditto
don't have any
also.
of the country-specific ones, obviously, but I think like the only real ones that I'm missing are like Venusaur and Blastoise. I don't have yet, and then I just recently got Weezing and Dugong, so like that was good. But otherwise, yeah, there's not really all that many. I finally evolved my Magikarp, so I'm getting really close to the obtainable ones.
Yeah, I feel like this is this doesn't really help that much, so much as it gives you experience, but
Yeah, this is exciting for me because I have a bunch of Pokemon that I really want to use to like battle the gyms and stuff, but they're just not strong enough yet, and I need a lot of Stardust to power them up. And there's so many of them because I want a lot of good variety that I'm like, ooh, always choke for Stardust.
I guess for me it's just still a matter of objectives. There's just not enough objectives. You know what I mean? Like there's like you can go fight the gyms, but there's not really even any end goal. Like I don't get anything for helping my team. Like
You know what would influence me to play now that this like dailies is make it so that when you obtain a gym, not only does it not go neutral, it goes to you immediately when you beat it.
Right.
And until you place Pokemon in it, nobody can touch it or fight it or anything. And also maybe something that prevents gyms from just being like contested back and forth literally every 1 minute.
those are the things that feel like things that season 2 could like clear up.
That's what I'm saying. That like, cause I have absolute zero incentive to fight gyms, even that I can potentially win at.
Right.
Cause I just don't care. Every time I fight a gym, someone takes it over before I could even lock in a Pokemon.
Yeah,
So-
no, I know that feeling. Absolutely.
Anyway, that's just me complaining.
But this is a big step for them. This is like a step in the
It's a good step.
absolute correct direction. I'm ready.
And just coming off of another event, the Halloween event that was happening, I think these are going to be a little bit more common now as the game's kind of maturing in its life.
You know what would be like the next huge thing for me with this? Lore.
Really?
Yeah, I would love
give Blair and Candela and the third one some story.
yeah, I would
That
love.
seems like a far off thing.
I don't. Think
But I know
so.
that we are going to learn some more stuff about him.
I just think that there could be like a little bit to it if like every once in a while, you know, you're walking at like a Pokestop and you're like, oh, a letter, and like everybody's like, what does it say? What does it say? Like that type of thing is like exciting to feel like, because the thing that I guess that I got over with Pokemon Go that was really attractive about it at first was that like everywhere you look, you feel like you're part of something bigger than yourself. You feel like you're like on a mission and you're doing something really fun. But like that has kind of gone away now because not that many people play, and it's kind of like back to being embarrassing almost. You know what I mean?
I understand what you're
At
saying.
one point in time, like everybody was doing it, but like now it's just people who really care about Pokemon, you know? And for the most part. I know that there's still
I
like a
understand
new
what you're saying,
audience,
yeah,
but
yeah.
like you get what I'm saying. Like the idea of adding lore to it and like getting people excited to just like talk about Pokemon Go for a reason other than like what do I talk to you about in Pokemon Go now? Just like, oh, I got this. Like I know.
Open the
within-
app because there's a this right here.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's just nothing exciting to talk about anymore with Pokemon Go. And if there was just like, even if it was stupid stuff, you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh,
Like more Easter eggs, like when everyone learned about Rainer, Sparky, and Pyro. Like
Yeah.
that was really cool.
Stuff like
it's
that.
been a really long time since anyone's like uncovered something like that, and I think more of those kind of things would be exciting again.
yeah, like even just like little dumb things like, oh, like it's gonna be what's her name's birthday party. Like where we gotta invite this guy. Just like nonsense, but like at least there would be lore. At least there would
Yeah.
be something going on for us to talk about. Doesn't have to be much. That's all I'm saying. But that's Pokemon Go. Finally, the newest TCG expansion has been released in the US. It's something we already talked about as well. It's called XY Evolutions. The thing we did not mention about it, which is so cool, is that the cards are all pretty much, except for a few extras, like reprints of the classic Wizards of the Coast first couple
The base set.
basic set Pokemon. Yeah, and but with updated abilities and attacks to like be relevant.
Yeah. It's pretty
It's
rad.
awesome.
Fat Pikachu's back.
Yeah.
There's some Charizard EX going on. There's some Venusaur EX going on, Blastoise EX.
True. Yeah, there are some new
Pidgeot.
cards in the
Mega
set.
Pidgeot EX.
Yeah,
We
Pidgeot.
got a. Well, I won't spoil it. I guess. What?
Yeah, don't spoil it.
We got
Watch
something
the
cool.
Video.
Yeah, go check the
couple
video.
cool things.
We got some cool stuff, but all the cards are really cool. We got the Elite Trainer box, like I said, so we got the like book, so we can look at the whole set of cards.
Yeah.
They're all very cool. They're all
pretty
very
cool.
very cool.
It's very for old school Pokemon fans that like got base set cards and
It
stuff.
takes
it's
you
a
there.
Very
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
very
definitely.
nostalgia trip kind of
Takes you
set.
there.
I couldn't stop like grinning when I was opening these packs. It was crazy.
Great. But speaking of being transported as a result of opening things, let's open some emails in this week's Fanswers segment.
Fanswers, da 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 da. Fanswers, da 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 da.
Bit of a,
Great.
bit of a stretch, but all right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
We got there. We got there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Fanswers segment. If you've never been here before, this is the part where you guys write in and help us talk about the things that we're talking about, and add your own voice to it, and also let us know what Mega Pokemon you would like to see, or
Right.
maybe even if we're updating this joke a little bit, tell
Alolan
me
forms.
about your Alolan forms. But whatever you guys want to talk to, you can respond to anything. Like I'm never like actually trying to discern between subjects and emails. I don't really like hate mail, but other than
Yeah,
that,
like don't be a jerk.
yeah, but like
That happened once. Alex roasted the dude.
yeah,
It was
other
pretty
than that,
great, but like don't do it again.
yeah, other than that, I'm just chilling. But yeah, if you wanna contribute to that, you can send your emails to thedexcast@gmail.com. That's THEDEXCAST@gmail.com. Chill.
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 Chill. All right. So let's jump on in. And I'm actually going to go all the way back because I said that I would. Last Friday was the 28th, and the one before that was the 21st. So we're going to go all the way back there.
Back in time.
We're going to go back in time.
Well, you're going back in time and finding an email, or unless you already found one.
No, go ahead.
Have you guys discussed the most recent? I'm assuming because it wasn't in the news segment. The most recent trailer with like final evolutions and
Yeah,
stuff.
the
in
huge
it?
one? Yeah.
Yeah. you did.
Was there at all brought up the idea of the fact that Rockruff back in that Coral leak was said to share a secret with the starters?
Oh yes, we did talk about that.
Okay, because I was wondering if that was a thing and if you came to a conclusion, because I was watching the trailer footage again when I remembered that, and Primarina is definitely in a daylight setting. Decidueye is like in a very unknown setting that could be nighttime, and Incineroar is inside of a stadium, so you can't see if it's day or night. So
Kelly had this theory.
I had the theory that they were all the moon versions.
okay, but Primarina is definitely in sunlight.
Right, but maybe there's time. Maybe just like there's day and night cycles, but they're just 12-hour displaced.
Okay,
Maybe. Who knows? But also, But also something in Primarina's flavor text was mentioned the moonlight sparkling on its bubbles.
Oh.
And then there was something about like the positioning of the Pokemon that they were all like revealed on the purple
moon side.
on the purple side of the screen.
Interesting. Okay.
But
we shall see.
I don't know.
Cool. I just did not know if that was brought up, if anybody mentioned it or anything, because there's no other secret that Rockruff has, right? Only secret was the split evolutions, as far as we know.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
As far as we know about Rockruff, that's literally it. It could be anything. Though.
It could be something else, but that's like, all right, cool.
It could be that he's like got the same base stats. Who knows?
That would be the worst secret.
It would be a bad secret.
Dumb
Anyway,
secret.
this first email's from JK. First time writer with a theory about the Alolan forms. Greetings, Pup Boy, Ghost Girl, and Desk Cast, or whatever, Shady Penguin, did I call it? It's your longtime fan, JK, here, all the way from the frigid outskirts of Sweden. While listening to episode 113 of your lovely podcast, a thought popped into my head. I realized that all of the Alolan forms, except for Raichu, are Pokemon with only a 2-stage evolution line. With Mega Evolution not being a strong focus during this coming generation, do you think that there is any chance that the Alolan forms are getting a 3rd stage added to their evolution line? I realize this is probably just wishful thinking, but how dope would it be to have your Alolan Sandslash suddenly evolve into a sick ice ninja with katanas? Do you guys have any ideas for what the rest of the imaginary Alolan evolutions could look like? Thanks for reading my email. I realize this is probably not that long, but I'm writing it on my phone and it looks almost endless on this tiny screen, so sorry for the long email. Later, man. Hashtag hope as always. Hashtag prove me right, Nintendo. Hashtag Alolan Mega Beedrill. Hashtag how is it now?
I can see the email from here. Not long.
Not long.
Not long at
Not
all.
long.
Very short email.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think that the Alolan forms need extra evolutions to be hype, so I
Right.
doubt that they're there. That's
Yeah.
my thought. Would I be excited to see it? In some cases, yes. In
Yeah.
some cases, I don't know.
I agree that it's incredibly unlikely. However, any chance of us moving past Alolan Persian to something that looks more pleasing to the eye would be welcome.
Oh my god, Alolan Persian is like my favorite
But like,
one.
what would you do with poor Executor? He can't go anywhere from there. He'll
he
break
can go
in half.
much farther from there. I
Just
think
make
you
him taller.
underestimate Executor.
Give him wings. Make his neck longer.
Just make this neck longer.
give
That's
him
it.
wheels.
Literally same art, but just Photoshop cut right in the middle. Move it up like 3 times as high and just fill in the neck from there.
And reverse his color scheme.
No, stay exactly the same. Has to be almost indistinguishable.
Just a taller tree,
Yeah.
but like 3 times taller.
my
Yes.
Great. I'm in.
I think just based off of certain Pokemon, it seems less likely. I can't see Ninetales having any sort of logical evolution from there. Maybe Sandslash, yes, but
Alolan Doug Quattro.
Quattro.
Alolan Doug
forgot
Quattro.
about-
I want
No,
them
man,
all
it's
to
time
have,
3. It's like it's got to be like a knocked it.
I want
is
it to
it?
be
What is-
4.
what is
I
it
want
group of
Non.
9?
It's non.
It's a non.
Doug Nano.
Dignano.
Doug Nano.
Doug
A
Nano.
really small Diglett. No, I want it to be 4, and I want them to have like those like straw hats, like
What if they're just the
barbershop
Beatles?
guys. What?
Or if they're just the Beatles.
The Beatles. They're just like that, what album is
That was a secret all along.
with the Beatles, where they're just like all 3, and then like I think it's Ringo's like down to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that official? Or was that leaked?
Which
What we just talked about.
Doug Trio?
Yeah.
It's in demo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. I knew of its existence, but not through official trailers, so I was just making
you-
sure we weren't like
If you play the demo,
Ew.
like sometimes you run into this girl who's like, use your camera. Here's a new thing. Zoom on the camera.
Oh.
And then
cool.
it's like from the back. So
Uh-huh.
it's like really funny. And then it like turns around and it's Doug Trio. And you're like, oh,
Okay.
hilarious.
Anyways. Yeah, I can't think of any other like I obviously I don't think that any of us think that Raichu will evolve, but
That'd
especially
be
'cause-
crazy if he evolved. But if he does, he has to get some clothes. He needs like a
Clothes?
vest and like a cutlass.
a cutlass?
Yeah, like I want him to be like a little like gypsy pirate captain Raichu.
I mean, I'm
That's darling.
I'm
Absolutely.
100% down,
Yeah,
but
like a little Jack Sparrow boy. Give him a little mustache.
great.
You guys are in, right?
We're in.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think we're,
Yeah,
we're all
okay.
in.
If
I
that-
just want to
look,
make sure.
Had you not brought it up, if I had seen that in game, I'd be like, what the but like now that it's an expectation in my head, if it happens, I'll be nothing short of delighted.
I just want a handshake. That's all I want. If it happens.
Handshake from a Alolan Jack Sparrow Raichu.
I want him to be like, you're all right with me.
That was a bad Jack Sparrow, sorry.
I don't have a good one. Anyway.
That's fair. I can't think of how you would do a good Jack Sparrow. Or anyone, not you, but like anyone. It's a very weird.
You can get into it with a hand mode. You know what? Contact Zen Alda. He'll let you know.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that email. This next one is from Lorekeeper Brad. Azoth has been solved. Sorry for the long email. P.S. Hi, Kellz and Jimmy. I'm just going to get a couple little things out of the way before we get to the meat of my email. 1, Kellz, Golden Octazooka Club. It exists. Isn't that crazy?
Right.
I forgot about it too.
No, I didn't forget about it.
Dang. Call
I never forget about it.
Got you.
It's always been here. I mean, we're regularly accepting new members. I have the list. We've done so many amazing events for charity. It's been just a dream.
Some of the things
A
that she
dream
said.
hanging
Some of
out
the
with
things
you
that
all in this club.
some of the things that she said are true.
I'm so happy.
Alex, you personally promised me you'd do a top 5 sun-themed and moon-themed Pokemon list on the podcast. Now, there's only a couple more episodes left before it's too late. Get on that or don't. I'm not the boss of you, man. All right.
That was a nice way to end that sentence.
That was easy. I was in it. Okay. Okay, now that that's out of the way, I want to share something with you that actually impacts your jobs in a big, big way, kind of. In a Dex research kind of way. I know a bunch of people might have recommended you watch these videos, and a lot of people probably say whatever other videos they send you are important. But listen, this is huge. Theory aside, this is everything alchemy-related Pokemon has been building up to for Sun and Moon for years.
Is it the Noggin video?
Huh?
Is it the Noggin video?
It's Loxton?
Loxton of Noggin.
Yeah. You really, really, really need to watch Loxton's Pokemon Reset Theory series. It's just a link.
Right.
He has put literally hundreds of hours of research into this, and watching every single video in the series is about 4 hours. I know you don't have time to watch it all at once, but this isn't another example of throwaway fan speculation. I really cannot stress enough how legitimate the evidence here is. There's literally 4 hours of alchemy symbolism to discuss, and it's mind-blowing how much credibility it shows. Seriously, I think it's a show centered around Pokemon lore. These videos are the most important thing going forward leading up to Sun and Moon. I keep hyping it up, so here's a sampling of what kind of stuff you learn. Do you know why Arceus is pronounced the way it is? And the pronunciation Arceus means a lot more than just a cover-up for potential butt jokes. The Arceus, pronounced the exact same but with a CH, is a term in alchemy referring to the space between the physical world of mortal men and the spiritual realm of the gods. Azoth, the Philosopher's Stone, Infinity, these are all variations of the ultimate goal of all alchemy, the power of God. This is what alchemy strives for. Arceus is not literally the god, but a physical manifestation of it, hence it not being literally invincible, meaning it is part mortal and part god. It is the link between both worlds like the Arceus and alchemy. Arceus holds the key to godhood, and that is why Type Null exists. Someone wants to recreate that link to enlightenment. Someone wants to ascend to a higher plane of existence and become a perfect, complete being like God himself. I'll cut myself off there because it goes so much deeper than that. If you want hours upon hours of stuff like that, I cannot recommend Loxton's videos enough. Seriously, just bookmark that link and watch it in increments whenever you can. You'll thank me later, or rather, you'll thank Loxton. Anyway, thank you for reading this, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts once you've gone on a life-changing journey that is Loxton's ultimate Pokemon saga. Later, man. Lorekeeper Brad.
Thank you for the recommendation. I'm interested. I hadn't heard of those, and I don't think anyone sent those to me yet, so I'd be happy to take a look into it.
I've gotten referred to them quite a few times.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if you just didn't miss them, because I've been referred to them quite a few
Maybe I
times.
missed them.
Yeah.
I'll check them out. I have not watched them yet. I went to look at it and saw how much it was, and I was just like, I'll get to this.
One day.
I will someday. I just like, it's
a lot.
It's a lot. But I'm interested. Like, I would love for there to be that. I would love for there to be like a hidden message behind Pokemon. I would love that. It would be crazy if that was true, but I would love it. But yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Thank you for that email.
Thank you.
Yep. That one's filled with spoilers.
Oops.
Whoops. Oops. Okay, random email. Here we go. This one's from Jonah. Sun and Moon hype. Hey, Alex, Kellz, and maybe Jimmy. I am super, super hyped about Sun and Moon coming out in just about 3 weeks. When I saw the last news announcement, I could not contain myself. With all of the returning characters, I would like to know who is your favorite and why. Thanks for reading, Jonah. Hashtag Sun and Moon, hashtag Team Rowlet, hashtag Team Sun, hashtag sorry for the long email, hashtag not really, hashtag later, man.
I mean, you guys go.
Wally is my favorite.
Green. Blue.
Same person.
Him.
I mean, I'm very excited to see Cynthia back.
I love Cynthia.
Like,
Cynthia has the
look,
best theme.
Look, red and blue, but come on, man. I'm super bummed out that I know that exists.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Judging by the dopeness of the blue theme that's in the remix that's in the trailer,
Yeah.
I really want to hear the remix of Cynthia's theme.
I will go with you on that. There was the one thing in that trailer.
piano?
The one thing in that trailer that did not bum me out at all was hearing that music and being like, that is a really
It's
good
too
remix.
hype.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Very, very good.
But seriously, it would have been really cool to just find those characters in the game Pokemon Company
Yeah, man.
But you know
and be
what?
shocked by them.
I think that was a way to respond to the leaks of
No.
that info that happened.
No, I refuse to accept that as a good enough reason.
I don't
sorry.
think it's justifiable, but I think it's a business decision. That's what I think. Here is the thing that I need to stop this entire podcast to talk about for 1 second. My inbox currently,
Yep.
1,337 emails in it.
Dang.
Lead.
At
Hell yeah.
least 1,337 more to see. We're not gonna read them all.
We don't have that much time. All right.
Electro did Mankey.
Email. All right.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Here we go. Thank you for that email.
Yes,
this next
thanks.
one is from Brandon. Answer to how to trigger the Lily event. Ooh.
Oh,
Greetings, the Dexcast. I hope you will read this email despite the fact that I am writing it on a Friday and that is most likely going to be a long email. Spoilers. Didn't end up being a long email.
Not only that, but we went back in time to answer your email.
On Tuesday, November 25th, I was playing my Pokemon demo again because my friend told me I screwed up at the Pokemon catching challenge and did not get the free item you get for catching 10 Pokemon. I set out to do this and found a Pikachu while I was at it, caught it, and used its Z-move just for fun. It is my guess that the Lily event is directly tied either to catching 10 or more Pokemon or to the Pikachu thing, because 2 days later, Lily just showed up. This surprised me because the date was way after what Alex had speculated in a YouTube video, and I had in fact downloaded the demo the second it came out. With this insight, I hope more people will have the chance to experience this event, as it is kind of interesting that when you turn the demo off after asking Lily one of the two possible questions, the time of your game switches. Thanks for existing for so long, because my first episode I discovered you guys was episode 112. Thanks for giving me a Pokemon podcast to listen to. Hashtag the Deskcast. Hashtag Jangmo-O is my true starter. Hashtag Kamao hidden ability gotta be multiscale.
great.
That would be tight if it was. Did you do the 10 Pokemon challenge?
I did complete that challenge, and I remember catching a Pikachu during that challenge, but I don't remember if I used it. But maybe you just have to catch a Pikachu.
I did do that. I did
Uh-huh.
catch a Pikachu, but I never saw Lily. But I didn't catch 10. I think I caught 6 at the most.
But did you use the Z move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well done.
So maybe you should go back and try to catch 10 or more.
Yeah, I could totally do it. I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back and do that.
What if you gathered a group of people and you all wore hoods and stood around your 3DS and chanted the lyrics to Daft Punk's Technologic in a low
To see if I
booming
could
voice
summon
to
Lily.
see if you could summon Lily.
I
use it, break it, fix it.
quick upgraded.
He put his hand over his eyes for that. I just want everybody to know because no one else would have seen that except for me and Kellz.
But it like added to it.
It
right?
added to it,
Yeah.
but I just had to tell them because it didn't add anything to them.
Yeah, I got it.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm with you. All right. Good.
Thank you for the email, by the way. Hopefully that helps Alex and Kellz find that. I'm not playing the demo.
Oh, I found it. It's Alex. He's the one that's
I'm not going to
good.
say the name on this one because I don't want to embarrass somebody, but it's a pretty good email.
Okay.
Subject header is hi.
Hi.
So what does Kelsey rate the Pokemon anime? Will she be watching future installments or is she tired of Ash 2? Also, how do you choose what Pokemon to do next for the Dex, and has anyone called you out for any mistakes?
Oh boy.
People call us out for mistakes all the time.
Do you know what like the internet saying like don't read the comments and everything?
Don't.
You know the only thing that I read the comments for anymore?
To see if you made an obvious mistake?
I check within like the first 2 hours of a Dex episode going up to see if anybody is like, you left the stat screen wrong, or I mean, there's always the like no mention of this battle strategy,
Right.
But like the only reason I read the comments anymore is to see if I messed up on something like majorly obvious to like salvage
Because it's
it.
always in the top 5 comments.
Right.
Yeah.
To salvage it like immediately. But like, dude, doing a facts show is literally like getting called out for your job every day.
Right.
So
So it happens all the time.
yes.
Sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. And we usually take a little mental note and don't do anything else.
Yeah.
But I mean, like sometimes if it's a
Well-
really bad glaring mistake, then
well,
yes,
like-
we'll
like-
retract it.
Like out there for anybody who notices a mistake, there are like many ways to do it in like a like, oh hey, I think you guys like missed this right here. Like just if you didn't notice, like that happened. That's like a really nice way to say it. If you're like, wow, the really like low quality on this episode because of this, that just like makes us not feel good.
Yeah, it's
So-
like you're just being vindictive.
Like,
Anyway,
sorry.
Anyway, how do you choose what Pokemon to do? It's like a curated version of what you guys are voting for.
Right.
Basically, we take the votes into consideration. We keep an accurate list. And then we just sort of like space it out so that it's fair also to generations and what's going on in Pokemon.
Yeah. The way, if you want like a real inside little scoop on how I do it, is I have like a list of all the Pokemon that have been suggested, and I add like a little hash mark every time they get suggested. And then so I have like the 50 or more requests. I have like 40 or more requests, 30 or more requests, all the way down to like only been requested once. And then when we choose Pokemon to do, I usually look at the top 2 or 3 categories and then kind of try to space out typing and abilities and generation and all that stuff so that we still get like a good variety in there.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, I'm very, very surprised that more people don't think my name is Kelsey because
Kellz.
Kellz. But it's Kelly. But don't worry, I'm not mad at you at all.
I'm furious.
So what does Kelsey rate the Pokemon anime will she be watching future installments?
I absolutely will be watching the future installments of the anime. I can't wait for them to come out. I'm like caught up to where the English version is, and I love it. I think it's great. I rate it like maybe like a solid 9 out of 10.
Can I make a prediction about Sun and Moon,
Sure.
the anime? Mm-hmm. What if it has more of like because he's gonna be in school,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
what if it has more of like a Harry Potter vibe, so that there's able to be more scenes between like adults talking? So that Ash doesn't literally have to be present at every single thing that happens.
That's true.
That would be nice.
That would be cool. I'm really interested to see what the anime is like because I can't imagine that they're gonna go from this really incredible anime that's happening right now and like not put out something as equally fun and compelling.
It looks dope.
It looks dope,
They've
and
put
it,
out a
like
trailer
I
for it
think
already?
everyone's
There's tons. The animation is like crazy good. It's like really quirky and different.
yeah. I think everyone's
Looks
really
really
freaking
fresh.
out about the different style of the animation, but like I think it's gonna be really good, and I think it's
looks
gonna be
really
just as good as what
different.
they're doing
It's
right
really
now.
Cool.
I mean, this is not to bash everyone who's freaking out, but low key, it might be because you're used to
Real
bad
anime.
animation,
Yeah.
which is what most like mass-produced anime series
Video
are.
game crap animes.
Like when I was watching Generations and all like the crazy like battle animations happened, and I was like, oh, and people were like, what are these dumb in between frames? Like that's smearing, and it makes it look good and lively and
Yeah.
interesting.
Yo, real talk though, like the last couple like episodes that I've seen of the XYZ anime,
Uh-huh.
much more so than the XY anime. The battles are like
Good.
dope. Yeah.
Dang.
The
I
like
showed him
league
some of the
battles.
Callous League guys. He was.
There's a
in.
great like
was
no
into it.
spoilers, but there's a great like Tierno battle. It's a
Yeah.
slight spoiler, I guess, but like not really.
I mean, I was live tweeting it, so I may have already spoiled that.
Right.
Huh.
Oh yeah.
Random aside, since I haven't seen the Sun and Moon anime trailer, what person is Ash traveling with? Like
What-
who's he hanging out with as like his group
Oh, it's Ash, Serena, Clement, and Bonnie.
in the Sun and Moon anime?
Oh, and the Sun and Moon. Oh, I'm sorry. He's hanging out with Hal, and like Lily seems to be there. Couple of the trial captains. I think they're all his classmates.
Okay,
Like,
but like there's
The
no
the green girl with the flower in her hair. That trial captain.
Sun and Moon protagonists at all?
There hasn't been.
Okay.
Nothing yet, but
No.
I doubt they're not going to be in it.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
Because since they're kind of like not non-canon, but they're not like there's not like a definitive what's the
We don't know what
What
they're
do
like
they look
yet.
like?
yeah, like
Yeah.
what skin color are they going to choose from the darkest to lightest, or hair or outfit and
Right.
whatnot. So
Right.
I'm interested in that, seeing what they go with.
Great.
Anyway, sorry for the aside.
No, that's solid.
Catching up on a few weeks of being AFK.
No, yeah, we good. Well, thank you for that email. This next one is from Breaker Jones. Darker in Japan. I guess I talked about this recently as well. Hey guys, love listening to you nerds. I started listening to you guys this year after the guest starring on the Co-optional podcast. Oh yeah,
Oh, nice.
that was a fun time actually. But anyways, down to the subject at hand. Lance, as in the Elite Four member, has murdered people before via his Dragonite's Hyper Beam. Just think about that. Not a Pokemon battle, not some contest of skill, but straight up murder. Very crazy to think about. Thanks for reading, guys. No hashtags included. The one and only Breaker Jones.
Wait, but when?
There's no context.
wait.
It's out. It's done.
Hang on.
The
No
email's over.
evidence.
There's none. It's over.
How do we know?
Like,
I'm just thinking. Are
are we talking the pit and generations? Like, are we talking
I don't know.
You know what? That Dragonite smashing that computer,
so
very
good?
cool.
So
Very
good.
cool.
Yeah.
very scary.
Lance.
That Dragonite's capable of death.
Are we Googling it right now?
Murder Pokemon.
Yo, law school tip for all you fun kids out there. If you're going to accuse someone of murder, have evidence to back it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not roasting you, but I'm like really curious of what you're actually citing right now.
What?
Huh?
I'm just trying to like figure this out.
While you're figuring that out, same episode when the like stupid, just terrible Team Rocket grunts do their like swagger walk up to Lance.
Oh yeah.
I was talking
So
with Jim.
funny.
I was talking with Jimmy Wetzel at Portland, and he was like, "It was so stupid." I was like, "No, it's why it was good because Team Rocket's a bunch of dummies who don't know what they're doing, and these people are like think they look cool, but they look so dumb, and that's why it's good." I love it. I love it. What a guys! I love Pokemon Generations a lot.
It's really tight.
It's very cool.
I hope you know that.
The only thing that I can find so far is that one time Yellow calls out Lance for killing Pokemon.
But that's in the manga, which is a different
Correct.
different canon.
Correct.
Huh.
I don't know where this Lance is a murderer thing is, but Yellow, she's like Buddhist.
Oh,
She's really cool.
huh?
Spoilers.
I guess.
Well, all right. Got some brand
Emails.
inquiries. All right.
I'm not gonna read those out on the podcast.
Sumo. All right. The next one is from Casper. The Pokemon Company listens to the Dex podcast. Hey, Alex, Kellz, hopefully Jimmy, an
Hi.
increasingly unlikely guest, roasted. I just finished the 2 latest podcasts. I said the roast, not him.
Yeah.
I just finished the 2 latest podcasts, and I realized you missed something. In continuation of our theme of safety regarding spoilers, I have a minor spoiler warning for those who haven't played through the demo. Alex, you often talk about how you wish the game would inform you of the effectiveness of your moves. Well, Pokemon has apparently listened. If you look at the move selection screen during battle, you will see all damaging moves marked as super effective, effective, or not effective. I was looking forward to hearing your reaction to this, but now I guess I get to combine that with the joy of hearing my first email read on the air. If the fanswere selection gods smile at me, that is.
They smiling.
Anyway, thank you for all your work, and sorry about the hopefully not too long email written on a PC. Not a
long at
long
all.
email.
Very like paltry email even.
Yeah, Casper, like the ghost. Hashtag, I don't know if hashtags go before or after the sign off. Hashtag
After.
Team Litten, though Incineroar looks kind of goofy and Decidueye is so cool. Plus that ghost. Ghostly.
Typing.
Ghost type is amazing. You know what? In honor of my first fancer, I will
Long hashtag.
switch to Team Rowlet in Alex's honor live on the Dex podcast. Hashtag, is this how hashtags are done? Hashtag, sorry about the long hashtags. I hope that makes up for the fact that I only have 4.
Ooh. Those are
Team
long.
Rowlet.
I'm getting Rowlet.
He did it.
You did it.
did
You
it.
made
He did it. You convinced him, Alex.
My reaction to that is hell yes. And
Not to take the wind out of your sails, but I think we actually knew about the super effective typing thing in battle in a much previous trailer, didn't we?
the good news is that it's not a spoiler.
Right.
But if you want to hear my reaction,
Mm-hmm.
it's just that I'm glad that they did it, and I'm also glad that you have to find out
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
before it tells you. You have to like try and attack on them to see.
Oh, okay. So, all right, that's cool.
So it like fills it in as you learn it, basically.
Neat.
Yeah. So that way,
So it's like you have a, companion Pokédex full of knowledge that you can refer to in battle, so to speak. Maybe perhaps as if that's always been a thing in Pokemon, and now they're implementing it in a real way that makes sense.
And it has a ghost inside.
Right, which is,
That's
A
pretty weird.
G-host.
10 out of 10.
That's pretty weird. I'm into it. It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for the email.
Thanks.
Thank you, Casper. All right. This one is from Mo.
Hi, Mo.
I love your podcast so much. I listen to them while doing homework, in the shower, eating breakfast. Although I might be just 1 in 214,926, I just wanted to say thanks. From a faithful nerd, Mo.
Thanks, Mo.
Thanks, Mo.
That's nice.
I'm really impressed that you can do homework, take a shower, and eat breakfast all in the same place.
Jokes.
The way that Alex read it just sounded like you were doing all of those things at the same time.
Yeah, it's like I listened to the Dex podcast while eating breakfast, doing my homework, and taking a shower all at the same time, which would be incredible if you could do all
incredibly
those
impressive.
things.
But I'm
yeah.
glad that you like our show.
Yeah, thank you.
So
We
thank
appreciate
you.
that a lot. For real.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right. This next one comes from Sergeant Marine.
Yo.
Yo.
Now spoiler free. Aloha, Poke Alex, Poke Jimmy, Poke Kellz, and Poke Guest. It is your old friend Sergeant Marine. I will try and keep my future messages spoiler free due to respect to you and our little community. By spoiler free, I mean free from information gained through data mining, not by the leaks from Korokoro or by the Pokemon Company releasing a new video. Keep up the great work. Don't let the haters get you down. Mitch, aka Sergeant Marine. P.S. For those who want to write in fanswers, please keep in mind to be respectful, because it is not just Alex, Jimmy, and Kelly that you are talking to. You are talking to the entire community that listens to the Dexcast. Hashtag Team Litton. Hashtag Team Toracat. PPS. Oh, I forgot. Question of the day. Do you remember the Pokemon 10-year anniversary journey across America? Did you partake in the celebration? What was your experience? I had plans to go to the event held at Raleigh, North Carolina. However, the night before my friend's going away party, and we were all up all night sending him off. My friend who did go tell me all about it. He was a little disappointed that I didn't join him, but he did understand my choice. Hashtag hangover, hashtag drank too much, hashtag later man, hashtag now I'm trying for a long email, PPPS. Okay, last question. I'm looking to get a Gen 6 game along with Pokemon Sun when it comes out. My question to you is, should I get Pokemon X or should I get Pokemon Omega Ruby? I'm interested in hearing your thoughts. Hashtag sorry for the long PS.
If you've never played Pokemon X, get it.
Yeah. To add to that, if you have played Ruby and Sapphire already, get X.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. If you played X or Y already, get one of the Oros games.
Yeah.
But if you want to experience Gen 6, get Pokemon X.
Yeah, if you
That
have
game is
no
clean.
experience with the Kalos region, I would say get Gen 6.
Plus, it's like, seems like it's going to be a pretty good setup for Sun and Moon.
Right, because
Yeah.
you have the stuff with Zygarde.
Yeah.
I mean, very minimal stuff, but Zygarde is in that game.
As for the Across America thing, I did go. It was back when the events still happened in malls and you had to like line up.
I never heard of these. What is this?
I haven't heard of them either.
It's like when they used to do giveaways, and you couldn't, and it was
yeah,
like,
my family never took me to those.
Yeah.
Any of those.
so it was like a mall thing, and there was like people in like vests around like handing stuff out, and you waited in a big long line, and they would take your Game Boy and like ask you what Pokemon you wanted. Because I remember for the 10th anniversary thing, there was like somehow they like went out and got like the votes on like what everybody's like most wanted Pokemon were for the giveaway, and you could choose like 2 or 3 of them or something.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember I got like, I think a Dragonite and an Umbreon,
Dang.
maybe even an Espeon. I don't remember, but I got like a grip of Pokemon. There was like a bunch of people playing Pokemon everywhere, even grown-ups. This is the first time I saw grown-ups playing Pokemon. And I was like, yes, like I could just keep going.
That's really cool. I wish I would have been able to go to events like that.
Yeah, it was
I
dope.
guess it's not too late.
No, you do it all the time now.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's true.
Well, I guess so. I guess you're right.
Remember when we went
Yeah.
to Pokemon World Championship like
yeah, that was
last
so
month?
cool. That was really cool. I'm so happy. I like Pokemon a lot.
Yeah. Great. All right, next email is from a not-so-ace trainer. This is called Golden Oldies. Hey, the Dexcast. On last week's podcast, Alex mentioned how it would be cool if the newly formed Alola League had gyms with old gym leaders. This got me thinking about which gym leaders I'd like to see return. I'd like to see Brock or Sabrina from Gen 1.
Jasmine.
Whitney from Gen 2. We have
Jasmine.
unfinished business.
Me too.
Flannery from Gen 3. Volkner or Candace from Gen 4. Drayden or Elisa from Gen 5. And
Jasmine.
Karina from Gen 6. Who would you like to see return?
Jasmine.
from Gen 2.
Jasmine.
Jasmine's wonderful. I love
Keep
her.
being awesome, a not so ace trainer.
Sorry for interrupting you a lot to say Jasmine, but that is my answer.
I want Steven.
Stone?
Yep.
He's not a gym leader.
Okay, I want Wallace.
Fine.
Actually, I'm trying to think of any other gym leader that I like genuinely.
Ramos.
I know you like have a crush on Ramos.
What about that dude with the cowboy hat?
Oh, Clay?
Clay.
Clayton?
Yeah, Clay. Who's Clay?
Clay? Yeah, he was
Clinton?
cool. Clinton? I thought his name was
He
Clayton.
was cool. I liked Skyla. I love Skyla.
Oh, Skyla's great.
Blaine?
Blaine's cool.
Blaine, what do you mean? He's a scientist. That's tight. It's tight. Oh,
That's all right.
man.
Faulkner.
You know, Erica.
Erica?
Erica,
Actually, I
yeah.
do love Erica. She's actually really cool in the manga, too.
I like Faulkner.
Faulkner's all right.
Officially changing.
You know what? Morty. Morty and Jasmine.
There you go. I'm officially changing my answer to Erica.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can. I'll switch off Erica so you can use her as your answer, but I support that answer, but I still say Jasmine and Morty.
Great. Solid. What about you? You good with your choices?
I am.
Who are they?
What? I just Jasmine and
Yeah, like final answer. Jasmine and
Jasmine and Skyla.
there you go.
Great.
See? Yo, there's like a sexy Skyla Pokemon card, you guys.
I have that card.
Full art Skyla. She looks good. It's weird.
You know where else there is a sexy Skyla? Literally everywhere on the internet. Don't
Yeah.
Google Skyla if you don't want to see it.
No, just look up the card. Don't write the word sexy.
Just, yeah, Skyla official Pokemon TCG art. That's what you should Google if you want to find what he's talking about. Don't leave any of those important other words out.
Right. Great. Okay. Thank you for that email. This next one is from Silent Protagonist Spock. Hey, Alex, Kellz, Jimmy, Wallace, and Schrodinger's guest. Silent Protagonist Spock here, and I just wanted to thank you, first off, for the greatest podcast ever.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Silent Protagonist Spock. I also wanted to thank Alex for creating Pokemon Sun and Moon. No problem, man. It was easy. So I want to know what you want to see in terms of Alolan Pokemon. I know it's very deja vu for Megas, but I want to see some Alolan legendaries. Like the legendary birds migrated to Alola and had to change for the environment. Articuno can live on the ice cap mountain and Moltres in the volcano. Zapdos is somewhere. I think they're all just doing Gen 1 Pokemon so far, so I'd like to see a competitively viable Articuno with maybe new typing. Thanks for reading. Hope you appreciated my ideas and read online. Sorry for the deep email. Hashtag thanks Dexcast. Hashtag keep it real. Hashtag Alolan forms. Hashtag take my machete. Machete? Maquette? Hashtag hope as always. Hashtag all the hashtags. Hashtag team Rowlet. Hashtag sorry not sorry.
Okay, before we answer this,
Sure.
are we to assume that Alolan forms only encompass Gen 1?
I think that they do, but I am not aware of any sort of official limitation in that regard.
Okay, so with our answers, are we going outside of Gen 1?
I'm
or
going within Gen 1.
within Gen 1.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm going to go
Alex?
within Gen 1.
Okay, with that, I will also go within Gen 1 for Alolan forms we'd like to see. You guys go. Got nothing? I will go first then.
Show me what? Alex is first.
I want an Electrode that's a different type of Pokeball, then give him a second typing.
Yes.
Mm.
Actually, go check out Jaywitt's Alolan forms video that I worked on with, because I'm the editor. He did a dive ball Electrode.
Bang.
It's great. Go ahead.
I want an Alolan Magikarp that's like a Mahi Mahi or something like that. And I also would I want any sea creatures. I want like Alolan Goldeen, Alolan Magikarp, Alolan Tentacool, all of that stuff.
Alolan Seal.
Alolan Seal.
Alolan
Hoppy.
Tentacool and Cruel that are based on a box
Manowar.
jellyfish and a
Yeah,
Manowar.
yeah.
That would be tight.
Because those
Tight.
are terrifying
I
IRL.
love Tentacruel. Did you know that technically, like, Manowars are like the Borg?
What do you mean?
Like they're like a single organism that is made up of small organisms.
Really? I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Um,
Kelly's sitting over there in the corner doubting my knowledge. What are you doing then? You have a pretzel in your mouth?
Uh-huh.
Yep. All right.
real answer though, aside from the tentacle one, it's to me
Got
the best ones is the like lesser designs of Gen 1 that they could revamp into something much more interesting. Alolan coughing and wheezing that are undersea
Landmines?
mines.
Yeah. Perfect.
Like chains hanging off the bottom of them.
Cool idea.
Water fire type.
Kelly's still embarrassed about the pretzel mode.
You could just chew the pretzel.
It's
like
okay.
I don't think
we're all
anybody
okay.
will mind.
We're all okay with the pretzel.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
She's away from the mic anyway. She's still not giving in, but she's still silently chewing it as if we don't know. But Alolan,
It's no pretzel.
Alolan coughing and wheezing, I would like to see. And sorry, Wallace was being very distracting.
I would love an Alolan Farfetch'd that's like a rooster.
Huh?
Weird.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, like he's a rooster and he has like, I don't even know, like
Spam.
yeah, like, he's a rooster with a piece
With
of
a
seaweed
pineapple?
in his mouth. Yeah, a rooster that rolls a pineapple around.
That'd be pretty cool.
He honestly could just still have an
A
onion.
leak.
Yeah.
What was it? Alolan Golem.
Alolan Golem.
Yeah.
You'd love to see that.
Golem.
Alolan Golem.
Which is also one that the Jaywitz did as well.
How did
It's
he
like
do it?
An obsidian golem. It's like kind of spiky all around. He's made of like volcanic rock
Cool.
and glass. But I wouldn't even necessarily need that. It could be a coconut if you want. Like just something with
Coconut with arms and legs.
Look, he's already just a rock with arms and legs. He's not the strongest design out there, but
You're right,
I'm just saying.
dude. Shout out to that one Pokemon card where Golem looks tight.
Yeah,
would
I know
like-
which one you're talking about.
I don't know what
the Generations one, right?
Yeah, he's like.
Very cool looking.
Anyway, those are my answers.
I'm with you 100% on that.
I mean,
Yeah.
like most Gen 1 Pokemon, I'd be cool with like a.
I really wanted a Muck, and we got one.
We did. That's true.
I really wanted Muck. That was my like one that we weren't gonna get that we got, and he's like couldn't be cooler.
He's very cool.
Very weird that he has teeth all over him.
They're like mineral deposits.
Look like teeth to me.
The thing about Alolan, Grimer, and Muck is that they clean up the environment. So they are like made up of a bunch of different toxic things at once.
That they like sucked out of the environment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I haven't
And
read their.
They're
entries.
like a filter system for the city. It's so tight.
nice.
They're like positive instead of negative,
Like
like they
little-
are
little
in
good
Kanto.
guys.
Yeah. They're great.
It's tight.
Tight.
And they don't smell bad.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't stink.
They process all the toxins inside their body.
Hmm.
And so it says that like unlike their Kanto counterparts, they just don't smell bad.
Sweet.
Shout outs to Alolan Muck. I'm in.
Alolan Dodrio.
Oh,
Hello,
yeah.
They should have dreads.
Oh.
Oh my god.
That'd
I
be
mean,
so funny.
I was thinking like they can be like a crane or
Oh, yeah.
like the bird crane,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
obviously like a. don't even think about the other
Dexcast
version.
homework. Make Dodrio into a
A
construction
mechanical construction crane
Yeah.
with 3 arms.
crane. Yeah.
Very weird. But I meant like, a native, a bird that you would think of when you think of Hawaii.
Right. Like some kind of bird of paradise. Or
Sure,
something.
yeah. Oh, that could be cool.
Grass flying.
Grass flying
Yeah,
bird of
Alolan
paradise.
Dodrio, that is a bird of
That has,
paradise
like,
plant.
that has like
Ooh.
plant on it. Yeah.
We are the best.
Oh yeah.
Pat ourselves on the back. All right.
What about legendaries? Anybody want to see any Alolan legendaries from Gen 1?
From Gen 1?
I think the birds was like a pretty cool idea.
I would love to see a Alolan Moltres because a Moltres just doesn't get any love ever.
Yeah. I
And-
mean, isn't Moltres just Alolan Furo to begin with?
Sort of. To be true.
That was a stretch.
Pretty good.
It's just like a worse version of Ho-Oh. It's like the only one where there's just like a clearly better version of it that is
That's
also a legendary.
true.
Yep.
And Ho-Oh existed at the time that Moltres was like released.
They were
to
like,
the
you know what,
public.
we're gonna do a better Firebird.
We'll just keep
Yeah.
the good one for next
Yeah.
generation.
That'll be the main one for next time.
Poor Moltres.
This guy will be a side guy.
Thing about Moltres is it just looks like it's a bird that's on fire. It doesn't look like a fire entity.
Yeah. Anyway, anything else you guys want to say?
No, I think
I think that's
I think
it.
we
Alolan
well
with
went.
champs.
Ooh.
Go watch the Jaywitz video. That's all I gotta say.
I want them to be like fire dancers.
Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
But the Marowak is a fire dancer.
Okay.
Harsh the groove.
Don't harsh my groove.
Uh,
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for that email. This next one is from Jack. Hilarious title. They got us, dudes. Hey, Dex dudes, and maybe Jimmy this time.
Hi.
I've emailed you guys a few times in the past. You might remember that I was the guy who was listening to your podcast while I was in the hospital. Well, I was in the hospital again today.
Shoot.
Anyways, I was sitting there being bored when I got a notification saying that a new Pokken character was released. So basically, I was getting real pumped to see how Empoleon would play and what his awesome super move would be. Then I watched the trailer, and they totally got us this time. We were so certain that they were going to release Empoleon, and they just made a support Pokemon into a playable character. But this got me thinking. Maybe it's not too late for support Pokemon to join the fight. If you can't connect the dots here, this means Electrode still has his chance. So what support would you guys like to see added into Pokken? Hope I get to hear Alex read my thoughts. Sincerely, random waiter who wants to battle you for some reason. Jack. Hashtag autocorrect wants Pokken to be pollen.
Pollen fighters.
Pollen fighters? Just a bunch of butterflies like ripping each other up.
Give me Victini.
I want Lapras.
Whoa.
That'd be an interesting pick.
Woo!
I'm trying to think of the full list. I mean, like, I'd be cool with Umbreon.
Umbreon would be great. That would be
Dragonite.
Yeah.
Dragonite is my answer.
Umbreon.
Yeah, Dragonite
I
would
would
be
main Umbreon if Umbreon was in the game.
I
love us Espeon and Umbreon. I'm realizing
Absolutely
later in my
love
life.
Espeon and Umbreon, but give Dragonite some love.
Dragonite would be really, really cool.
I'd be really happy with that.
I'm into that. Jack, get well.
Yeah.
Be
Be well,
well.
man. Jinx.
Jinx.
Yes.
Not Jinx.
True.
I don't want Jinx in the game. Don't put Jinx in the game.
Give Jinx in Alola form, though.
Okay.
Again, watch the Jaywitz video. There's one in there. It's the more obvious one, but the artist Artsy Theo that Josh commissioned to do the art for the Alolan forms. Original sketch for Jinx was based off of I forgot the goddess's name, but like her hair was
Pele?
like her hair was like lava coming down, and that sketch I really like it. If that was the Alolan form, then
Be great.
yeah. Go watch that video. Just watch that video. I implore you.
And also go watch that Pixar short about the
Mountains,
yeah.
the volcanoes, yeah.
It's cute. Anyway, thank you for the email. This next one is called Savor of Battle Points. I wanted to give you guys a quick but huge thank you. I was listening to the podcast and heard you talking about the Pokemon Bank and how the miles weren't transferable to Sun and Moon and how I'd lose them if I didn't claim them before November 1st. I was trying to go and save them for the next gen since I wasn't really playing them anymore. When I realized they were going to go to the Void, I rushed home right away, pulled up Pokemon Bank, and claimed them. You guys saved over 9,000 Pokemiles from falling into the Void. I can't thank you enough. And sure enough, screenshot was posted, 9,755. So it's actually like,
Battle points?
yeah.
Not miles, battle points.
Oh, I'm sorry. Battle points, 975.
Okay. All right.
That's still
Quite a lot.
an
That's a
insane
lot.
amount of battle points.
Good.
Ridiculous.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
And you're welcome. I'm glad that we decided to, make that in the podcast.
That's a kiss from me to you on the head. It's,
Oh.
it's a fine kiss, a normal kiss. All right.
Back down so quickly.
All right.
All right.
This next one is from Josh. Theory about your family tree in Sun and Moon. Hi there, Alex, Kellz, possibly Jimmy, and everybody's favorite Rock Ruff Wallace. I'm
Hi.
Josh, longtime fan of the decks, fairly recent fan of the podcast, and first-time emailer.
Woo.
I had a little fan theory brought on by the latest Sun and Moon trailer, Okay, so in it, we see that we'll encounter an adult Red and Blue, and we also learn our character is originally from Kanto. So here's my theory. What if your mom in the game is Blue's older sister from the original games? That would then make Blue your uncle, Professor Oak your great-grandpa, and Samson Oak your great-grand-uncle. Is that the right word? Let's just call him a Grunkle Sam. So what if the reason your family moved from Alola was to be near your Grunkle Sam? Just a theory, but I think it could be a fun way to link your character to the original games. What do you think? Also, on a different note, I remember when Megas were first introduced and a decent amount of overlooked Pokemon got some renewed attention and value, so I kept my fingers crossed for Mega Fearow, but no luck. Then we got Alolan forms, and I thought maybe we got a shot for Fearow to get some love, but still nothing. Fearow holds a special place for me because Spearow was the first Pokemon I ever caught in a game, and I took Fearow all the way to Mount Silver with me, so I was curious, what's the first Pokemon you ever caught, and does it still hold any sentimental value to you? Anywho, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for all the great entertainment and all the love you guys show Pokemon. Now let's roll out the hashtag train. Hashtag Team Incineroar. Hashtag Team Sun. Hashtag sorry for the long email. Hashtag seriously, am I writing a book or something? Hashtag I know it's not that long. Hashtag what everybody else says it is. Hashtag so keep the trend going. Hashtag Mega Fearow. Hashtag please Game Freak. Hashtag or maybe Alolan Fearow. Hashtag pretty please Game Freak. We got there. Into this. I saw you guys smacking your foreheads about this on the way through the email.
Great theory. Didn't even remember that Blue had a sister.
Yeah. Daisy, right?
I don't know.
The fact that you're
gives you the
pulling
map.
that out of somewhere is like blowing my mind. I have no idea that her name is Daisy.
Yeah, Daisy, the older sister. You can go to her in
You get the town
like,
map from her.
I think like fire. Yeah, you get the town map and you can go for like a Pokemon like massage or something like that in a later game.
I remember
remember
this.
that.
I remember
Yeah.
that this happens. I could never have told you that her name was Daisy. That's
That
all
would be
I'm saying.
crazy. That would be crazy
You know,
if she
and-
came.
And
And she was
like,
your mom. That'd be crazy.
that would give like a little bit of
Like continuity.
continuity, but also like the idea that like when Blue shows up, when Red and Blue show up in the trailer, like, you know, Red's stoic Red, but Blue is like kind of looks like laid back and like chill and happy.
He's got like some stuff on his mind. He's got like other things to do today. He looks good.
but like
He looks like he belongs there.
he looks like a chill, like happy dude. So maybe
Yeah.
like it could literally be like he's being a nicer guy than usual because he's coming to see his nephew or niece.
Maybe he just like came to raise a family
Yeah,
in Alola.
I-
Maybe he just like lives there.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is a good, interesting theory that I think could have some legs. Like, in a legitimate way.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm in it.
So cool on that.
Yeah, I'm there.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Huh. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Manly Fires. This is from Buddy once told me. This is from
Oh my gosh.
this is from James Z. Manly Fires. Hello, Dexcast. I love
Hi.
the podcasts. They always make me feel like I have someone to discuss all the new Sun and Moon stuff with, and I always love hearing your perspective on things. Did you know Boonsweet is a mangosteen, the most delicious and queenly fruit which you must try? Thank you for bringing the podcast to YouTube. Smiley. 2 things. First, I so often hear so many Poke fans and especially PokeTubers make this small semantic error, and it annoys my pants off. A Pokemon's evolution line is basic, stage 1, and stage 2.
Yes.
I know.
For
Yes.
example, Gravile is a stage 1 Pokemon, not a stage 2.
Yep.
Why do so many people call Sceptile stage 3? I've noticed it a lot recently when people discuss the newly revealed Pokemon from Alola. What are your thoughts? Does this matter more or less than the Oxford comma? Am I being too picky?
I don't think you're being too picky. I'm fully on this with you. I always try to say final evolution, so like I don't even have to
Yeah.
touch the stage.
I don't give a care about casual convos, but if I'm like writing something down or like saying it in an episode, I will always say it correctly.
Right. We actually encountered a lot of confusion in this when we did the Electivire episode, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because we called him stage 1,
Yes.
which he is.
Yes.
Because
it's a
Because
baby.
Elekid is a baby.
Yeah,
is
Elekid is a baby. Electabuzz is a basic Pokemon, and Electivire is a stage 1. And everyone said, no, it's stage 2. And some people said it's stage 3, obviously, because everyone thinks that
It's just
first
3.
Pokemon
There's
is
3. Yeah.
Which, to their credit, if you are uninitiated, if you don't know, this is why I'm not too big of a stickler on this. It bugs me, but I'm not too big of a stickler because if you were to hear stage X, you'd be like, well, obviously 1 is the first one, 2 is the next one, 3 is the last one.
Right, I understand.
So that makes sense.
I understand the logic behind it, right? You're differentiating between a Pokemon that evolves and a Pokemon that doesn't. That's the
Right.
point of it, right? And it's the same thing with the Oxford comma, if we're going to use a good example. Because, like, there are situations where the Oxford comma
really matters.
really matters.
Yeah.
And for those times, I care about the Oxford comma. And so I use the Oxford comma. But like I said, in casual conversation, there's like almost no difference between it because anyone who's not a jerk can like understand the context.
I agree with that. However, use the Oxford comma all the time.
Yeah, I do use it all the time. I'm just saying like it's hard to use it in
Speech.
while
right?
talking. So
Well, okay. I mean, when talking, the Oxford comma is meant to give a visual version of the audible pause that you would have given it in casual conversation.
right.
But anyway, I would say Oxford comma is more important than the basic stage 1, stage 2
Correct.
differentiation. However, I will say that in my time, I have like deliberately not like said stage 1 or stage 2 for fear of being a little confusing to the person I was talking to, just in case they were like, well, isn't it not that?
100%.
So like
avoiding-
we're in your boat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
we're
agree.
with you on
We
that.
get you.
I may have like accidentally said it wrong, but like I feel the distinction and I feel like people should make the distinction correctly.
Correct. The email continues. Second, so many people thought Incineroar was going to be firefighting, a would-be tragedy, by the way, but it turned out Fire Dark, which is pretty cool. But why does it have to be so muscular and burly? Thinking about it, all the Firestarter Stage 2 evolutions have been pretty masculine, even Blaziken. This can't be a coincidence by Pokemon creators. Pokemon have to be likable to some extent, except maybe the elemental monkeys, lol. So what better tactic than to utilize societal standards of ideals? Basically, boys like fire types and they like masculinity, so why not make a bunch of masculine fire Pokemon? Think about it. Charizard, Typhlosion, Blaziken, Emboar, and Fernape. 5 out of the last 6 final fire starter Evos have been pretty masculine. Masculine, not mescaline. Not to mention other fan favorites such as Arcanine or the fatherly Entei. How much do you think Pokemon creators consider and use these standards when creating new Pokemon? With this in mind, what other Pokemon types might be considered generally masculine or feminine? I could see Water, Fairy, and Psychic being feminine, Fighting, Electric, Steel, and Dark being masculine. A more overarching question is how much do our societal and cultural preferences shape the world of Pokemon? I think it is a great deal more than we realize. Sincerely, yes, you may read my name on air, James Z, aka Jimbo the Sassy, hashtag saucier than your burrito, hashtag sorry for the long email, hashtag Porygon for life, hashtag Alolan Muck is glamorous.
Woo! Man, I feel like your questions are such a hugely in-depth topic that it won't be fair
Well,
of
this
us
question
to
is like
just dip right into this.
This question is like asking a question that we ask sometimes in things like the creation myth segment.
Right.
We're like, do Pokemon like make themselves to be things that we want them to be? If they are amorphous, how do they decide what to be? How could there be a Pokemon based off of a human tradition?
Like, in my view, I think you could be right with the marketing thing. I think that makes sense. The boys like fire thing.
Definitely right. It's
But-
100%.
Well,
right.
I wouldn't say 100%. I would say it factors in, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
say
I didn't really think about that because I've just liked the fire starters a lot for a long time, and I never really considered Typhlosion and Blaziken. Like to me, like they don't seem masculine. To
I'm
me.
not saying it's a blanket across the board
no,
thing.
no.
I just think like definitely they consider like the audience when they design the Pokemon to like fan service them.
Yes.
I know, like,
at the same time, I just want to say real quick, get my point, and then you can go. That I also think that general elements of design from the things that they draw inspiration from, like most of the fire starters are based off of something that has like, more importance than say like what Rattata is based off of, right? And so like, Infernape and Emboar are, I don't know about Emboar. I forgot about that, but I know Infernape is based off Sun Wukong, and like he's a masculine hero of an old like myth. So I think that it is definitely possible and probably likely that marketing plays into it, but also that their general inspirations, like I find it unlikely that they would base a Pokemon off Sun Wukong and then make it feminine in some way. Does that make sense?
Right. But I also think like fire in general in Eastern culture is a little bit more like brutal and violent and manly and less like sexy and mysterious like it is in Western culture. I think is another thing that people forget about. Like the one time that the fire starter wasn't like fierce and like brutal looking, it was like a magical mage.
Right.
You know what I
and
mean?
that was in the one of the Western culture zones. Of
I think
areas.
I think that's the core of it if we're trying to find like what it all goes back to. But I think also, things like Charizard, like of course he looks sick because you had to make a cool dope one that's like looks like a buster. And then you make like the bulky one and then you make like the
one
weird,
with guns.
like, the weird one. Yeah.
All I was gonna say about that is like it's clear. I think that all the starters have a gender that they're actually supposed to be like in the minds of the creators, because like you look at Primarina and you're like, okay, well that's pretty clear.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess we'll see. But like I think that there's there's intention behind the design on all of those guys. So
I wonder why they said that it shares a secret. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Man.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, I totally agree with you.
Great
Thumbs
email.
up.
good email.
Great. This next one is from Avery. Advice and new characters. We're gonna do like a couple more because we're getting on there, and we're totally not gonna make it to the thing that I was. Yeah. So we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Alex was maybe gonna do a thing. Don't worry. This is the podcast. We're good. Everything's all good.
Yeah, we're gonna do maybe one more after this.
Okay.
Here we go. Hey, Kellz and Alex and Wallace, it's Avery. I've been a big fan of your show for about 2 years now, and I adore your work. Admiring aside, I want to ask you guys about advice on team building for online competitive Pokemon battling. I've been trying to get into it for a super long time, but I can't pick a team that works well together. Showdown is useful to test out pokes, but I still can't find a comfortable team. I know I always want to use a prankster Whimsicott because that has worked very well for me for a while. Kellz, if I remember correctly, you use one, right? Who do you usually put it on a team with it? I want to build my team around it, but I'm just having trouble. Any advice would be helpful, thanks. Also, I'm super hyped about all the characters we're going to see in Sun and Moon, especially Wally. Who would you guys like to see come back and get gorgeous 3D sprites? I think the Black and White Elite Four would be really fun to see with 3D sprites, especially Caitlyn.
Iris.
I hope they recreate everyone, though I know that's not too likely. Congrats, Alex, for predicting everything in Pokemon. I'm almost afraid to listen to the podcast because it's all spoilers. Winky face. I'm kidding, but good job. I'm impressed. Hashtag Team Poplio, hashtag Team Mystic, hashtag Pup Boys is the best, hashtag Team Whimsicott, hashtag Team Moon.
Woo. In regards to the Whimsicott question, I don't do a whole lot of VGC, so as far as double battles, I'm not as versed, but I know that Whimsicott is a great Tailwind user. You can get that any like slower Pokemon, you can give that Tailwind right away, and then like you get a huge speed boost for a couple for a few turns. So I think that's a really useful tool to start off with a really slow partner so that you can get that quickness in.
Righteous. In general terms, also, just copy a team. Go on to like some site, find a team that has a Whimsicott on it, and just build that team and battle with it for a little while. And you'll learn a little bit more about like roles, because usually, you go to a Rate My Team thread and you'll see a bunch of people like weighing in on the team and stuff like that. And you can see kind of like how they think about it, and you can battle with that team and then you adjust. And that's just kind of how you have to do it, because like you're never going to like fully understand the game and like transition into the competitive scene without like taking some inspiration from some other people in the scene. Like graduating from what the game wants you to do in play and what people are doing in real life in gameplay, it's very huge. And you need to go in with something that's not going to just like, I don't think you could learn at a reasonable pace otherwise.
Some of like my best teams have been made from being totally rocked by someone and being like, okay, I want to try that, and taking their Pokemon and seeing what it can do, and then developing your strategy off of that. Just
look for where Whimsicott fits into teams, and look at a couple different teams with Whimsicotts, and like if a guy on your team isn't working for you, go find that other team that you're interested in, and just stuff like that. So
yeah, I don't have much to contribute to this, but my one thing I can say is if you want to try your team out, especially on Showdown is the best place to do this, just go in and do like 3 or 4 battles with it. And after that, you should get a good feel on like, wow, I really don't have an answer to this, do I? And then you can go back in and see like, well, I haven't even used this move at all in the past 4 games. So maybe I can sub that out for the coverage thing that I do need. That's like the most that I've done. But I found that like you can theory craft all you want until you get and you actually start fighting people, and then all your theories are going to get blown out the window by reality.
That's what me and Jimmy used to do, like back when it was like Gen 5, Gen 6 transition time. We just like play all the time and just be like, well, we got rocked by this, so like let's see like what the heck, like let's try this crazy Pokemon. Will that work? I don't know. And then you like eventually like land on that perfect Pokemon that does the job. It's so good. It feels good. You feel like a smart person for doing it. Anyway, yeah, I think that's it. Who would you like to see come back? We talked about it quite a bit already.
Iris, though, like I agree with you on the champions and the Elite Four of Gen 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah, Iris is cool.
I'm sticking with Erica.
Is this just gym leaders or gym leaders in Elite Four?
Who would you guys like to see come back?
Anyone.
Period. Anybody?
Yeah.
Anybody.
Anyone.
Cheryl. Save Cheryl. Hashtag
Save Cheryl.
What's the name of the girl in Stranger Things?
11?
No, who like a Barb?
Beth.
A Barb.
Barb.
Yeah, save Barb.
Cheryl got barbed.
She got barbed big time.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for that email. One more.
Penultimate or ultimate.
All right. So this one is from Arthur. Could the starters have 2 final evolutions? What's up, people of the decks? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Good. My name is Arthur. I've been hearing theories about the final forms of the Alola starters since before the reveal trailer, and when I heard Kellz talking about how the final evolutions were placed on the moon side of the video, I remembered one of those theories, which could also explain what sort of secret link the starters have with Rockruff. According to the Sun and Moon website, the starters have a sort of troubled phase in their lives when they reach their second form. Dartrix becomes snobby and self-conscious about his appearance. Torracat becomes spoiled and reckless in battle, and Brionne has trouble expressing her emotions and bottles up whatever sadness she may feel. Also, according to the website, Rockruff goes through a rebellious and wild phase just before evolving into Lycanroc. This theory states that Lycanroc has two forms because these forms are possible results of Rockruff's growth as it goes through its rebellious phase. The Midnight form becomes even more rebellious and strong-willed, often leading it to dislike trainers whose orders it doesn't agree with. On the other hand, Midday form becomes completely loyal to its trainer. With that in mind, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to assume that the starters will also have two forms of final evolution based on how they get through their troubled phase. The Decidueye shown in the trailers wears a hood, possibly as a way to hide its face, meaning it may have deemed itself too ugly and is now ashamed. Incineroar becomes reckless and insecure and needs constant support, like the cheering of a crowd, in order to perform well in battle.
They even put it in a stadium and it's...
Yeah. Primarina, on the other hand, seems to have dealt well with her emotions and now stands proudly as a singer whose only weakness may be her voice getting hurt. To me, it seems plausible that they each have two forms with different appearances, personalities, and stats, depending on the game version they're in. I also believe their typing will be the same in both forms, much like Lycanroc. And my only question is, what is the other possible outcome for the starter's troubled phase? Will Dartrix stop worrying about its appearance or become narcissistic? Will Torracat become more mature and confident or completely disobedient? Will Brionne finally be able to express herself, or will she fall into depression? What do you think, guys? Have you heard of this theory before? I'd love to hear your input, even if not on the show itself. Thank you for reading. Arthur, #get your tin hats on.
I totally was having deja vu while you were reading this email because I think that somebody may have mentioned something similar to this. Either that or someone tweeted this at me or something like that. But like, I think this totally has some merit, and I would love to see like different, like almost like a Tamagotchi almost. Like if you do well with it, it turns into something different than if you do poorly with it.
Here's a prediction for you.
Okay.
If this is true, which I'm starting to feel like it might be, we're going to see it in an official trailer before the game comes out.
You think so?
Because what is the number one thing that everybody talks about when there's any information about the starters? Which one they're going to pick, right?
Yeah.
So imagine
you pick the starter thinking you're going to get Primarina and you get
like
Prima Donna.
Yeah, exactly.
Prima Donna.
Exactly. Like that would be like a huge bummer, right? Like that you'd be like, what? Like if you're like, oh my God, I'm switching. I'm switching from Litten to Rowlet because I want Decidueye. So tight. And then he turns into some like katana, like weeb dude.
Like that, like those drawings.
Yeah.
You know what's the only thing about this is that it's absolutely confirmed that Lycanroc is based on the version, right?
Yes.
Yes. So Sun and Moon version gives you a different Lycanroc.
Correct.
So in that sense, if this were, again, if the alternate evolution thing is true, which I hope it is, I think it more likely would be based off version than actual stuff that you go through with your Pokemon, or like having their friendliness at high or low or whatever.
Correct. If it connects to Lycanroc, it's likely that it will have the same mechanics.
Right. I at least that's how I feel about it, because otherwise the only logical way I could see of doing this, because you know, any half decent trainer can get their Pokemon's friendliness level up without even thinking about it. I think that it would be more likely, if it's not by version, that it's like an in-game event of some sort. That's like, maybe there's like a branching path decision you have to make in like one of those side quests, right?
Right.
And it's kind of like a morally gray decision, like, oh, do you help this guy or do you help this person? Like, you know, either situation can have weird ramifications, and maybe your Pokemon looks at that as, it looks to you for guidance, looks to you for advice.
That'd be cool.
That would be the only way I could see this being
like
implemented.
tight.
It'd be like Until Dawn stuff.
Yo, Until Dawn is great.
Sun, Moon, and Until Dawn.
Sun, Moon, Until Dawn. Sun till Dune.
Sun till Dune.
Sun till Dune.
Sun till Dune is going to be my next D&D character.
It's like a Irish castle that disappears and appears. Anyway, that might be racist. Anyway, guys, thank you
Thanks so much for listening.
so much for listening. This podcast has literally, in the last 2 months, doubled its audience at least.
Amazing.
Damn.
Thank you. All of you out
Probably
there.
actually more than that because I'm not even counting the numbers we get on YouTube as well.
We went from being the biggest Pokemon podcast to still being the biggest Pokemon podcast.
We're a very big Pokemon podcast. I'm very thankful to everybody.
I don't say that in jest, by the way. Thank you so much for
Yeah,
everybody
it's
who
freaking
listens.
tight. I'm considering making some merch for the podcast specifically, perhaps some type of cup or other podcasty thing.
In-N-Out burger holder.
Maybe a pin that says #ThanksDexCast on it.
Yeah, perhaps something like that or some type of shirt in that regard. I would love for you guys to tweet at me, letting me know what you want to see with #DexCast merch.
Just, yeah, do that. Also, if you would just buy a shirt that says in block text, sorry for the long email, just let us know because we can make that happen.
I'm going to make that shirt.
Okay.
Like, if there's a DexCast shirt, it's literally going to be a big ass shirt that says sorry for the long email. The shirt can come in any size. The text will be big.
Right. Sorry for the big shirt.
Yeah, I'm just going to make like a great typography design myself
Okay.
and make it. And it's just going to be like that shirt you have that says, I'm so angry about video games or
Yeah.
whatever. It's going to be like that. It's going to be a great shirt.
Great.
I'm going to copy that
I'm
shirt.
excited for that.
Just kidding. I'm not going to copy it.
Don't copy that
I'm not
shirt.
going to copy that shirt. All right, guys.
Thanks.
That's the end. This was a long one. We got the supersized fancer segment just like I
fancered.
said. Thank you for listening. You got something?
No.
Okay. I'm Alex.
I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Kellz.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.